Welcome to a virtual walk in Haltwhistle Burn. It's only about 3 miles or 4 kilometres there and back. Many of you will know this beautiful place. The valley runs from near the military road down into the town of Haltwhistle. As well as being full of wildlife, herons, dipper, deer, squirrels, and maybe even an otter, it's also a wonderful place to give you an insight into the industrial heritage of our county. 150 years ago, this was a very different place. It was a very busy place. There were coal mines into at least 3 coal seams. There were many sandstone quarries for building stone. They were quarrying limestone for agriculture and for mortar. There were drift mines for fire clay for making pots and tiles and pottery. And in the bottom of the valley ran a narrow gauge railway line that took stone down from Caulfield's quarry all the way down into the railway junction.
If you'd like to do this walk, you can park your car at the end of Willier Road, or if you're using public transport, walk up from the town or the train station. The walk will take about 1 to 2 hours. It's about 4 kilometres, and the path is really good. Very soon after starting the walk, you'll cross the bridge across the burn. The buildings in the chimney opposite were once the site of the South Tyne Colliery. 680 men and boys mined coal here. They worked a seam called the Little Limestone Coal. It's 150 metres below ground. The colliery closed in the 1930s, and as well as coal, they mined fire, clay and shale here to make bricks, tiles and pipes. Head up the path on the east bank of the burn. Before long you'll come across a trickle of water coming out of an old mine entrance. It leaves a white deposit on the ground. That's aluminium sulfate, coming out of the shales. As you walk upstream, you'll notice the bed of the burn crosses multiple cycles of sandstone, shale and siltstone. They're all tilted at different angles.
Here at Lees Hill, they quarried sandstone. It occurs as 2 massive beds separated by a thin coal. And beneath that coal is a seat earth. A seat earth is the fossilised soil on which the plants and trees that eventually went to make peat and then coal grew. But that was over 300 million years ago, when the environment was totally different. The sandstones were sands in a large river, part of a delta that flowed into a subtropical warm sea. The coals at that time were trees and plants that then became peat and then over millions of years became fossilized and compressed into coal.
This is the fell chimney, built as part of a steam engine house, which powered a continuous wire rope hauling tubs of coal out of the East End pit, an old drift mine. In a drift mine, there is no shaft, just a gently inclined tunnel to the coal. This mine worked the Little Limestone coal too, but here the coal is much nearer the surface. You can still see the marks of the haul rope as it wore through the brickwork. The further we go north up the burn, the older the rocks get. That's because all the rocks here have been tilted southwards by movements deep in the earth long ago. These older rocks have more limestone layers too. Limestone was quarried a lot here, and then it was burnt in kilns to produce lime for agriculture and mortar. There are 2 sets of lime kilns on either bank of the burn. In the east bank of the burn is a cliff with limestone and bands of shale. This is the Great Limestone, a very prominent rock over much of Northumberland. There are many fossils. These are sea creatures, sea lilies, known as crinoids, corals and fragments of seashells, and even sea urchins. These fossils tell us that when this particular rock was formed 325 million years ago, Northumberland was submerged under a clear and clean tropical coral sea. Time to head back. Or perhaps you'd like to continue the walk up to the Roman wall. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to hear more about the Rock Festival or any other walks, please look at our website.